That's sliced into left center. Joey Gallo dives and makes a catch.
You know, Joey Gallo might still be batting 164, but at the same time, if you're making plays like that, you're still cool in my books. Hello guys, and welcome back to Grav Slams, a series where we take a look at the most impressive and best MLB plays throughout the week. And with the MLB regular season coming to a close and the push to the playoffs, every single game matters. But over the last week, what have been the best plays that you need to see? Well, watch till the end for every single clip, and of course, hit that subscribe button to the Sportsnet YouTube channel for the best sports coverage around. Now, over the year, we've highlighted some great moments by Vladdy, but at the same time, over the last week, he's had some absolutely marvelous moments that truly cement him as one of the most entertaining players in the league, and this stretch for the out also showcased that.
Harper, Manura missed it. Bichette from first base side, and what a stretch by Vladdy.
But Vladdy was not done with the defensive plays. This next one in the series versus the Yankees was also special.
Parking lot, right?
Fly ball, right field. Hernandez coming on, going out Guerrero, and a nice over-the-shoulder catch in foul territory.
And guess what? In the very same game, Vladdy wasn't just providing value with his glove, but also with his bat. And in extra innings, came up with the walk-off winner.
And lined into left to base hit. Biggio around third, and the Blue Jays walk it off.
So Vladdy just coming out with some marvelous Grav Slams throughout the week and absolutely deserved. Now, talking about some more heroes throughout this last week, for the Mets, there were some absolutely major ones, with Eduardo Escobar, though, coming up with some massive moments, this one to tie the game versus the Marlins.
And Eduardo hits one on the ground, base hit into right field. Nimmo scores. Here comes Alonso. Anderson's throw is offline, and the game is tied. Escobar comes through again. A two-run single to get the Mets even, and it's 4-4 in the eighth.
Now, it would have been awesome if it just stopped there. Escobar already would have been a legend, but with it being 4-4 in the bottom of the 10th and the Mets needing a win in the division race, Escobar came through again.
And Eduardo punches one through the hole. Base hit. Here comes Lindor. Blade with the throw to the plate. Lindor is safe, and the Mets win it. It's the month of Escobar. 5 RBIs, including the game winner of the 10th, and the Mets win it 5-4 to go a game up on the Braves.
And it's hard not to root for Escobar at age 33, now a veteran. It's crazy to think about after me growing up watching him with Minnesota and all the great years he had there. Now with the New York Mets, though, and still providing great value. So a bunch of Grav Slams to Escobar, and rightfully so. And there was also some amazing defensive plays this last week. Of course, it's no surprise, Brandon Crawford's one of the best defensive shortstops we've seen over this decade and this era, but he continues to show why, and this play was magical.
On the ground to Crawford, the bare hand, the throw, got him!
Now, we saw a play a couple of weeks ago, kind of like this, where the ball was completely in the air and they were able to make the play, but this was even crazier. The ball was like 15,000 feet in the air, and Crawford was able to grab it beautifully and launch it immediately to first for a perfect throw, too. Just absolutely pristine, and a long line of Crawford slams. Now, speaking of MLB veterans, Jesse Chavez, one of my favorites, had an amazing moment this last week, and one of the more crazy plays and outs you'll ever see.
Took his glove off, recovers and throws a bullet to first. What a play by Jesse Chavez.
I'll tell you what, dude, he moved so fast off that thing. He threw harder to first base to Matt than he does to home plate.
Seriously though, although the ball took the glove off, Chavez was in perfect position, rifled the ball to first, and just made it look easy. I mean, the fact that he recovered so effortlessly after throwing a pitch is just insane to think about. If you're a pitcher, you're already trying to be focused and throw as perfect as you can, but to also be ready to make these type of plays, I mean, Chavez just shows how talented he is. Now, speaking of talent, let's go on to the Tigers' own Riley Green, who made one of the best plays in the MLB over this last week. I don't want to spoil nothing, but it definitely deserves to be here.
Andrew Vaughn puts a charge into one. Same spot as Moncada. Riley Green leaps up and pulled it back. One of the best catches you will ever see, and it comes from Riley Green stealing a homer away from Andrew Vaughn.
Home run robberies are always some of my favorite plays, and Riley Green, I mean, seriously, although he was a little bit shaken up after that play, gathering everything together again, he still made it look absolutely way too easy. Just so much talent, and I'm hoping that he continues to improve with Detroit, because they're going to need it. Now, going on to one of the better ones, and also one of the most stylish plays over this last week, Tony Kemp has given us some marvelous, amazing moments over these last few seasons, but seriously, this one continues to be his brand.
A little flare, Kemp out, and Kemp dives and he caught it. Gets it back in, and what a play by Tony Kemp. He went airborne, he flipped, I'm not even...
Seriously, nobody catches baseballs like Tony Kemp nowadays, it feels like. Like, that's the style points, the jump, the hop, the ability to corral it, get it back, fire to second. Everything about it is pristine. As a former second baseman in my time at the U14, I just gotta say, I'm impressed, and Tony Kemp should be happy because I'm impressed, because that just says a lot. It just says a lot about how good he is. But now we need to move on to history, and thankfully, we didn't just get one historic amazing moment this last week. We got two, but first we need to start out with Albert Pujols, who made, of course, the series of a lifetime against the LA Dodgers, first getting 699.
He drives this one. It's deep to left, and that is 699 for Albert Pujols. A no-doubter puts Pujols one home run away from 700.
But thankfully for all of us, he was not done. In the very same game, Albert Pujols, of course, made his own history, getting 700 home runs.
Pujols sends one in the air. It's deep to left. Taylor's back at the wall. It's 700. Albert Pujols has joined the 700 home run club.
And for a future Lock Hall of Famer, just to get this plateau makes it even more prestigious of a career. But Albert Pujols, one of the greatest class acts over these last couple of decades, one of the best hitters and players over these last couple of decades, and to get that number in his final season, in the final couple of weeks of the season, is just perfection. But now going on to one historic player to another, let's go on to Aaron Judge's absolutely brilliant last week as well. But before we get into the home run that you guys are all expecting, let's go on to a brilliant play in the series versus Boston that also shows how good he can be on defense.
0-2. Driven to right. Judge to his left towards the track. That's over his head. One hops the wall. He'll fire towards second. Close play at second. In time!
Seriously, that throw was a missile, and it's not really unexpected from Aaron Judge, but to be able to be that accurate for the tag is a pretty hard thing to do while providing that velocity. So I just gotta say, I mean, if Aaron Judge wants to be a pitcher too and get even more points above Ohtani, I don't think he'd be too bad. But of course, now we go on to the play that we all have to talk about, that we've all needed to see. Aaron Judge in the series versus Toronto was walked a billion thousand times, which I don't blame Toronto for doing, but at the same time, the inevitable was going to happen, and Aaron Judge got number 61.
And the 3-2. Drilled deep to left field. This could be it. See ya. He's done it. Number 61. He's been chasing history, and now he makes it. He and Roger Maris are tied with 61 home runs, the most anybody has ever hit in a single season in American League history.
To tie Roger Maris' AL record, Aaron Judge did it in absolute style, but I mean, I don't think it's over. I think we'll see Aaron Judge eventually get over that 61 plateau and get that next home run, but to see him do it while his mom is in the stadium, when Roger Maris Jr. is in the stadium, everything about it was amazing, and no better way for Judge to make it happen. So both Pujols and Judge are your Grav Slam champions of this week, but let us know in the comments down below. What did you guys think of the last week of MLB baseball? What were your favorite plays throughout, and did we miss any? Let us know in the comments down below, and of course, hit that like button, subscribe to the Sportsnet YouTube channel, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Share the video with all the baseball fans you guys know online, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great one, and goodbye.